back to my channel. Here we're going to be working on the sectional view of this building drawing, which is for this year 2025 November GCE question. As we have worked on the floor plan, we have also worked on the front elevation of this building. We have also worked on the left hand elevation of this building, which is the actual question that we're asked to work on. Okay, now we want to work on the sectional view, as we are told here in the question that we are to draw to a scale of 1:50 the sectional view on plane MM, and we're asked to assume suitable dimensions where unspecified. Okay, so where is the cutting plane on the sketch plan? So this is the cutting plane on the sketch plan. So the cutting plane is like this on the sketch plan, and then we have this arrow pointing this direction. This is also pointing this direction. So it is better we turn this floor plan or the sketch plan, we turn it this way for us to see what we are to work on here in this building. Okay, so now we have the cutting plane. The cutting plane, the arrow is pointing this direction and is also pointing this direction. What does that imply? It means that when we cut this building, we have to remove this part, and then we want to see what we have on this surface here. So that's what it means. Okay, now the next thing that I want us to look at is the number of walls that the cutting plane cut with the component within the wall that the cutting plane cut within each of the walls. Okay, starting from here, so the cutting plane cut this wall, though we have a window here, but it doesn't cut this window. So let's take note of that. That's number one, or that is wall one. Then we also have the second wall here. So the cutting plane cut this wall, and then within this wall we have a door. So we have a door within this wall here. So I'm looking at it that the cutting plane does not cut this door, so it just cut this wall here. So I'm going to take it like that. Then we also have that the cutting plane cut this wall. Okay, and within this wall we have a door. The cutting plane cut this door, and then coming down here, the cutting plane cut this wall, and we have a door here that is cut. Then here we have a wall here, but here the wall that we have here, we have a beam here, but under this beam we have a wall that the cutting plane cut. Okay, let's take note of that. So here we have wall 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 that the cutting plane cut with the component that we have within each one of them. So that's the first thing that we need to know. Now the next thing that we are going to do is to draw the ground level line. So that is the first thing that we are going to do here. So all you have to do, so you have a little space down here like this. So we are going to draw horizontal line. So we draw horizontal line for the ground level line. So draw the line like this. Okay, so here we are going to write here that here is the ground level line. So just write GL here. So capital letter GL. So indicate the ground level. So that is the first thing that you need to do. Now, having located the ground level line, the next thing that we are going to do is that, so let me bring the sketch plan. Okay, so we are going to position this wall here. We are going to position it here on the left side. So this is what I mean. So with my set square, I'm going to come to this area. So make sure you have a little space here. So draw a vertical line, so down like this here. Okay, so we have this vertical line. The next thing that I want us to do is that I want us to locate this wall here. I want us to locate this wall. So though it's not a complete wall, we are going to, this is a porch, so we are going to have a beam up, then we have the remaining part of the wall down. Okay, so now, so distance from here to here is according to what I calculated here is 12,000. That is 4,500 plus 1,500 plus 2,000, then plus 4,000. So that gives us 12,000. So 12,000 by 50, that will give us 240. So look at the way I'm going to take the measurement, because I'm using a short ruler. So I'm going to take, this is 150 millimeters long. So I will take a measurement of 150. Then from here, I'm going to add 90 to it to make it 240 millimeters. So this is 90. So we have this to be 240 millimeters now. So the next thing that I'm going to do here is that I'm going to position other walls that we have here. Now, as we have been told that we should assume suitable dimensions where unspecified, distance from here to here from here to here is not specified. So when I did the floor plan, I took a measurement of 1,500 for this distance from here to here for us to locate this wall. So I will still use that same 1,500. So 1,500 by 50. So 1,500 by 50, that is going to give us 30 millimeters. So I'm going to take a measurement of 30 millimeters from here. So 30 millimeters from here now. So 30 millimeters. So here is 30 millimeters. So we have that word there. Then we now come to this area. Now let's come to this area and position these words. Though we have positioned this one, we want to position this and this. So for this distance from here to here, from this point to this point, so I took a measurement of 3,000 when I worked on the floor plan. So for me to position this wall now, for me to position this wall here, so I will divide that 3,000 by 50, and that will give us 60 millimeters. So I'm going to take a measurement of 60 millimeters here. Okay, this is 60 millimeters. Okay, then this particular wall that we have here from here to here, so this particular wall here, so from here to here, I used a measurement of 20 millimeters, that is 2,000, so 2,000 millimeters. So 2,000 by 50, so that will give us 40. So I'm going to have 40 millimeters from this line. I will take a measurement of 40 millimeters. So this is 40 millimeters here. All right. So we have positioned all the walls. Then what we need to do now is to draw a vertical line on each of these points. So here I'm going to draw a vertical line down here. Okay. So then coming to this point here, I will draw a vertical line like this. Okay. Then coming to this point here. So this is not a wall. Okay. Don't make that mistake. So so we draw a vertical line here, and here also we also draw a vertical line. So we have positioned all the walls right now. Now the next thing that we are going to do, okay, is for us to bring out the thickness of each of these walls. And what are we to do? We go to the specifications. Let me bring the specifications for us to know the thickness of the walls. Here we have that all walls 225 concrete hollow blocks. Then we have 15 rendering internal and external. That is what we have there. All right. So now with this information that we have, with us, so what are we to do with this information that we have for the thickness of the wall? So what we have to do is that we are going to add this 15 with this 225, and that will give us 240. That will give us 240. So that this 240, we are going to divide it by 50, which is the scale that we are given. We are given a scale of 1:50. So we are going to divide this 240. We are going to divide this 240. So we divide it by 50. So 240. So 240 by 50. Okay, that gives us 4.8. So approximately 5. Just approximate it to 5 millimeters. So it means that the thickness of each of this wall is 5 millimeters. So this is what we have to do. So we come to this point here. So we take a measurement of 5 millimeters inward. This is 5 millimeters. So you take this one. This is an external wall. You have to take this in, not out. Then for this one here is an internal wall. I can take it to either side, but I won't take it to this side. 5 in here. And for this one, it's also an inner wall. I will take it here, 5 millimeters in here. Then coming to this point here. So for this one, this is also an inner wall. I will take 5 millimeters in. Then for this one is an external wall. I have to take 5 millimeters in here. So this is 5 millimeters. All right. So we have this now. The next thing that we are going to do is that from each of these points, so we are going to draw a vertical line. So from this point here, I will draw a vertical line. So down here like this. Okay. Then coming to this point here, I will also draw a vertical line. So coming to this point, I will draw a vertical line here like this. And then, so at this point here, I will also draw a vertical line. So coming to this point here, I will also draw a vertical line down here. And then at this point, I will also draw a vertical line here. All right, so we have the thickness of the walls now. So now let's look at the next thing that you have to. You can see that I'm taking this work, I'm taking it step by step. So just follow me. It's very simple. All right, so now the next thing that we are going to do is for us to work on the foundation footing, or to work on the foundation. So we need to know about the foundation in the specifications. Let me bring it. Okay, so here we have the foundation here, okay, in the specifications, and then we are told that foundation 675 by 225 concrete strip foundation on 20 blinding at 1000 below the ground level. Let me say it again. Foundation 675 by 225 concrete strip foundation on 20 blinding at 1000 below the ground level. So what are we to do with this information? So now for the foundation footing, the dimensions is what we have here. So we have the length to be 675 while the width is 225. Then there is a blinding under the foundation footing whose thickness is 20 millimeters. And then the bottom of the foundation footing should be at a distance of 1000 below the ground level. Don't forget that we have the ground level here. Okay, so we have to take a measurement of this down the ground level before we can locate the bottom of the blinding. So if we divide this 1000 by 50, that will give us 20. That will give us 20 millimeters. All right, so we have to take a measurement of 20 millimeters down. So the ground level. So we come here. This is the ground level line. So take a measurement of 20 millimeters down this line. So this is 20 millimeters. Okay. Here we have 20 millimeters. So at this point here, we are going to draw a horizontal line at this point. So here we draw horizontal line to this side like this. Okay, so we have that. So this is the bottom. This line will be the bottom of the blinding. Now, so the blinding has a thickness of 20 millimeters as we are told in the specification for the foundation. So if I divide 20 by 50, the value will be very, very small. So what I do in this case is that I will make it 2 millimeters. So what I mean is this. So I will come over this line a bit and then take a measurement of 2 millimeters up. This is 2 millimeters. So these 2 millimeters, now I will come to this point with the T-square and I will draw horizontal line to this side. So this space that we have here, line is not straight. Okay, so I will. All right, so I have it. I'm just okay, so I will just take it like this. All right, so this little space that we have here is for the blinding. Okay, it's for the blinding. All right, so now the next thing that we are going to do is to take the width of the foundation footing. The width of the foundation footing is 225 while the length is 675. So 225 by 50, that will give us 4.5. Okay, so I will just approximate it to 5. So that is what I usually do. So I will come to this point on this line. Okay, on this line up this line. So I will take 5 millimeters up. This is 5 millimeters here. So what I'm going to do now is that I will draw horizontal line. So from this point I will draw horizontal line to this side. Okay, so now, so that is the thickness of the foundation footing. Now the next thing that we are going to do is to take the length of the foundation footing. So the length of the foundation footing is 675 by 50. It gives us 13 point something, but I usually wrap it up to 15 because from here to here we have already taken 5 millimeters. So I'll just make it 15 millimeters so that I'll just come to this point here. So coming to this point here, okay, on this line, I will take a measurement of 5 millimeters to the left side and 5 millimeters to the right side, so making it 15. And also I will come here, I will take 5 millimeters to the left side and 5 millimeters to the right side here. Then I will come here, also I will take a measurement of 5 millimeters, 5 millimeters to the left side and 5 millimeters to the right side here. And then so coming here, I will take 5 millimeters to the left side 5 millimeters to the right side. Then lastly, I will come here, so taking a measurement of 5 millimeters to the left side and 5 millimeters to the right side. So this is how I usually do it. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring out the thickness of this component that we have here. So what do I do? So I'm going to make this line, I will make it a thick line from here to here like this. Okay, so we have this, and then here also I'll make it a thick line from here to here. Okay, then at this point I'll also make this a thick line from here to here, and then I'll make this a thick line from here to here like this. Okay, and then so we also make this a thick line from here to here, this also a thick line from here to here. Okay, and then so coming here, we also make this a thick line from here to here, and this also a thick line from here to here, and this point make this a thick line from here to here, and this also a thick line from here to here. Now let's bring out the foundation footing, that is the blinding and the foundation footing. So I make this line a thick line, then this line also make it a thick line coming up a bit to this line. So I will draw this, and also I will draw this like this. Okay, and up here, so I will also draw this from here to here, and then this from here to here as a thick line. So I'll come to this side here, so making this a thick line within this space, and then this also line within this space. Okay, so I will also draw this as a thick line within this space. Coming up here, I will make this a thick line, this also a thick line, and this also a thick line. Then coming up, so here I'll make this a thick line from here to here, this also a thick line, and then for this I'll also make it a thick line. Alright, so so the next thing that we are going to do is to show the symbol of the foundation footing. So it's a concrete strip foundation. So to show that this is concrete, so we draw something like this, just like a small triangle here. Okay, so we also do the same thing here like this. Just draw like 2 or 3. Okay. Okay, so here we have what we have this. Okay, so we have this here. Just make 2 or 3. So I just decided to make 2. So the foundation footing is concrete strip foundation, or the type of foundation is concrete strip foundation. So the concrete strip concrete is a mixture of sand, cement, and gravel with water. So while the blinding here is just a mixture of sand, cement, and water. So I just do this. Okay, so we have this, and then so all this thing that I'm doing is for the sand within the mixture. So that is what I'm doing here. It's for the sand within the mixture for both the foundation footing and the blinding. So alright, so the foundation footing and the blinding, they are already there in this drawing. Now let's look at the next thing that we are to do now, and that is the floor. So we want to put the components of the floor within this. Okay, so we go to the floor in the specification. So for the floor, we have 300 hardcore, 150 concrete slab, and 25 mortar screed. 300 hardcore, 150 concrete slab, and 25 mortar screed. Now, for the positioning of these 3 components of the floor, we are not given any condition. What do I mean by that? Sometimes they can give us the distance of the screed from the ground level, maybe above or below. But in this case, no condition is given. So I'm going to make an assumption that the screed is above the ground level. Not just that, that the screed is placed on the concrete slab, okay, above the ground level. Then we have the hardcore being below the ground level. Let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, so the hardcore has a thickness of 300 by 50 will give us 6. So I'm going to take a measurement of 6 millimeters here. So this is 6 millimeters below the ground level. Okay, so the hard core will not pass through the wall. So what I'm going to do is this. So it will not pass through the wall. So in this case, so for the hard core, I'm going to draw a line. So from here to here, so between this wall, okay, to be between the wall, and this also will be in between the walls. And then, so this line will also be between these walls, and then we have this between these walls. So that is for the thickness of the hard core. So for me to now show that there is hard core here, we have a symbol like this. So this symbol, so just make this symbol like this. So this symbol is for the hard core. So we can also make a little in the space here. So you don't have to fill everything. So just make it like this. Okay, so I can just stop this. And then coming here, I will also put it here like this. Okay, so we have the hard core here now. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is for the concrete slab. So the concrete slab will be above the ground level line. It will be on top of the hard core. So that is what I want to do now. So the thickness of the concrete slab is 150 in the floor or in the specifications. So 150 by 50 will give us 3 millimeters. So I'm going to take a measurement of 3 millimeters above the ground level. So this is 3 millimeters above the ground level. Okay, so I will also come here. So I want the line to be straight. So I will also take 3 millimeters up here. So this is 3 millimeters here. All right, so now, so the concrete, for the concrete slab, the walls are built over the concrete slab. The walls are built over the concrete slab. After the foundation, we do the floor. So so we build the walls over the concrete slab. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to draw the line through the walls. In this case now, I will draw the line through the wall. So this is what I mean. Just draw this line like this from here to here. Okay, so we have this. So and then this line also, this line down here, we also need to make it a thick line. Okay, we need to make it a thick line from here to this end here. So we have this. Okay, all right, so we have this. So now for the concrete slab, so as we have here, so we just have to, okay, so we alright, so we don't have to do it for everything, so just make it little. Okay, so you don't have to fill everything here. So just want to see the symbol being present in this. So what I'm going to do, so as we did for the foundation footing, so we also do the same thing here like this, and then coming here, I'll do the same thing here. Alright, so we have the concrete slab there. So the next thing that we are going to place over the concrete slab is the screed. So the screed has a thickness of 25, and that will not be feasible if I divide by 50. So what I'm going to do, I will also take that distance. I will take it as, let's take it as 1.5 millimeters. So 1.5 millimeters for it to show a little bit. So this is 1.5, and I will come to this end. I will also take it as 1.5 millimeters. So in this case, for the screed, it will not pass through the wall. So let's take note of that. It will not pass through the wall. So if I set my T-square like this, okay, for it to be straight, so we are going to draw from here to here, okay, and then so we draw from here to here, like this, and then we draw this from here to here, and this one here, so we draw from here to here for the. Alright, so we have the screed here. So this represent, this little space represent the screed. So as we have it here now. Alright, so now, so we are done with what we have here in the floor, but there's something we still need to add, which is not mentioned, or which should not be mentioned in the specifications, and that is the head. That is the sand under the floor. So we are going to, so just draw the line like this. This is how I usually do mine. So I usually do it like this. So just draw two lines like this, and then so let's draw this So lines here under the hard core. So and I will also do it outside here. Then I'll just do this. So the symbol for the head or for the sand under the, okay, so just do this, okay, under the hard core. So we do this. So it's very simple. So just do it like this. So this represents the head or the sand. Okay, so do this also, and then alright, so this is it. Okay, so we are done with the floor in this case, but I need to put something. So let's show that this is the wall. This is the foundation wall. So this is the foundation wall. So just draw this, okay, like this, and then so to show that this is a wall, so made of concrete hollow block. Okay, so we also draw this. So this is the symbol for wall. Okay, so you draw this two slant lines like this, and then here also, so put it here like this. Okay, all right, so that is it. So all right, so if I still need to add anything, so I'll let you know as we proceed. So let's see the next thing that we have to do here. All right, the next thing that we have to do is to work on the roof. So in my work, when I'm done with the floor, I move straight to the roof. Then I will now come and work on the inner part of the building. So let's go straight to the roof. Then before we can work on the roof, we need to know the floor to ceiling height. So here they give us the floor to ceiling height to be 3,250. So the floor to the ceiling height is 3,250 as we are given here. So if we divide 3,250, so 3,250 by 50, so that gives us 65 millimeters. So we are taking measurement above the floor level. We take a measurement of 65 millimeters up. So I'm going to extend this line. I will extend this line a bit. Okay, so extend this line a bit up. So I'm going to take a measurement of 65 millimeters up. This is 65 millimeters. Okay, so let me come here and extend so that I can have a perfect straight line. So I will take a measurement from the floor level up. I will take a measurement of 65 millimeters above the floor level. So this is 65 millimeters here. So this is 65 millimeters. So here now I'm going to draw horizontal line. I will draw horizontal line. So I'll draw horizontal line. So through this point, so it goes like this. So we have the horizontal line like this. All right. So the next that I'm going to do is that I will extend this line for the wall to touch this surface. Okay, and I will also do the same thing here. So to touch this surface. Okay. So do the same thing here, touch the surface. Okay, so then I'll do the same thing here. Okay, all right, so then I will also do the same thing here. All right, so we have this now. Now the next thing that we are going to do, what type of roof are we dealing with? So I stated it in the front elevation and the left hand elevation that we did, but I will still say it here. So the said roof, 150 thick concrete, reinforced concrete, 150 thick reinforced concrete, and 750 by 150 parapet with 20 cement plaster all around. Okay, so this is a flat roof. It's a flat roof of parapet roof, and the thickness of the concrete is 150. Okay, is 150. Then we have a parapet of height 750 above the concrete. Okay, we are going to make use of all these dimensions, but before that we need to know the east projection. Now in the specifications, east projection is not mentioned, but in the floor plan that I drew and the front elevation and the left elevation that I made use of 700 for the 700 for the east projection. I made use of 700 for the east projection. So 700 by 50. So that gives us 14 millimeters. So we come to this end here and we take a measurement of 14 millimeters from this line So we take 14 millimeters away on the out to the outside here. So also from this point here, we also take 14 millimeters to here. So this is 14 millimeters. So at this point, I'm going to draw a vertical line. At this point here, I will draw a vertical line up. Okay, so vertical line goes up like this, and I will come here also. I will draw a vertical line up like this. Okay, now the next that we are going to do is to take the thickness of the concrete slab, so which is it's 150. So we take it as what, 150 by 50 will give us 3 millimeters. So this is 3 millimeters here. Okay, then I'll come to this end and also take a measurement of 3 millimeters. So this is 3 millimeters. Okay, so I'm going to join these 2 points together with a straight line. So we join these 2 points together with a straight line. So it goes like this. Alright, so we have this now. Okay, so we have this. So now, next thing that we are going to do is for the parapet wall. So the thickness of the height of the parapet is 750. So 750. So 750. So we have 750 by 50. That gives us 15 millimeters. So above this line, I will take a measurement of 15 millimeters up, above this line here. So we take 15 millimeters up here, this 15 millimeters, and I will come here. I will also take a measurement of 15 millimeters. So this is 15 millimeters here. So we have this now. Okay. Alright, so we are going to join these 2 points together. So we are joining these 2 points. We are joining together. So we draw a horizontal line from here to here like this. Okay, so we join those 2 points together. So the next thing that we are going to do, so the thickness of the parapet wall, as we have here is 150. That's the thickness of the parapet wall, 150. So that gives us 3 millimeters. So what we have to do is that, so we come to this point here. So we take 3 millimeters in. This is 3 millimeters here. Here we have 3 millimeters. Okay, then I will come here from this point. I will take 3 millimeters inward. So this is 3 millimeters here. So I'm going to draw a vertical line down, so to touch this line of the concrete. So I'll draw like this. Okay, so and then coming to this side here, I will also do the same thing. So draw a vertical line like this. Okay, all right. So now for the, let me check the nature of the, okay, they didn't tell us if the parapet is made of concrete or made of hollow block, but I'm going to assume that it is made of hollow block. So I just take it like that, that it's made of hollow block. Okay, so now, so what we have to do now, so let's show the symbol of this is reinforced concrete. So reinforced concrete, as we did for the concrete slab, so we do the same thing here. So it's a concrete. Okay, so we need to do the same thing here. So I will just, okay, so I'm not going to do it for everything. I just do it for a little part of this. Okay, okay, so we have this. So I'm going to put, so I'm just going to do this. So we have done this before. So this represents the sand within the mixture. Why this thing that we drew like a triangle, so they represent the gravel or the stone within the mixture. Okay, all right, so we have this now. So this is for the reinforced concrete. So the next thing that we are going to do, so for this particular one, so which is the parapet, so I said I'm going to make it to be an hollow block. Okay, so I'll just do this. It's a wall, so just like a wall. Okay, so it's a wall. So we just draw this. Okay, so this is how it will be. So what I need to do now is that I'm going to make this a thick line. So make this line a thick line from here to here, and this also I make it a thick line from here to here. So this line, I make this also a thick line from here to here. I make this one also a thick line from here to here. All right, so this line, so it's going to be a thick line. So this line will be a thick line down here, to be a thick line like this. Okay. All right, so then I need to make it completely a thick line. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here right now. So, and then so this line, so from here it will be a thick line. Okay, then so we also make this a thick line like this. Okay, then coming up here, this line will be a thick line because it will be a line that we see on the other side of the roof. So we see it as a thick line. Okay, and this to this end. Okay, so this is how the roof will look. So it's as simple as I've done it here. So now let's go into the inner part of the wall. Let's go of the building. Let's go and walk there. So we need to look at the information that we are, or the sketch plan. I said this is just a wall, so the cutting plane does not touch this window, so it passed through this wall. So for this one, we are just going to make this a normal wall. So we just put the symbol to show that this is a wall here, just like this. Okay, so I will come down here and put one more on this space like this. Okay, so on this space like this. Okay, so then so this line we make it a thick line all down from here. So make it a thick line down here, from here down. So make it a thick line, and this also, so make it a thick line from here down here. Okay, and then so we make this a thick line here. All right, so we have this. All right, so now let's come to this wall. This wall, as I said, the cutting plane does not touch this wall. That is for me. It doesn't touch this wall. Okay, so this sorry, it doesn't touch the door that we have within that wall. Doesn't touch that door that we have within the wall. So I'm just going to make this a thick line from here to here, and also from here down, and then here I will also make this a thick line from here down, and also from here down, and then so we show that this is just a wall. It's just a wall. So we have, and then so coming down here, so I will show that this is just a wall. So we have this now. So now let's come to the third wall that we have here. So this wall here, there is a door within this wall. The cutting plane touch it. Okay, it cut this door within this wall. So what we have to do now is to get the height of that door. This door is D2. So what is the height of D2? 2100. So 2100 by 50, that will give us 42. To give us 42 millimeters. So we have to take a measurement. So this is the wall. So we take a measurement of 42 millimeters up, 42 millimeters above the floor level. So this is 42. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 42 millimeters here. So above this door, we have a lintel. So we have a lintel. We have to build that lintel. So even if lintel is not mentioned in the specification, so it is not mentioned. Okay, it is mentioned. Okay, so we have that lintel 225 by 225 reinforced concrete. So the thickness is also 5. Okay, so it's in a square form. That's why we have 225 by 225. So I will also take 5 millimeters up. So this is 5 millimeters. Okay, so I'm going to draw horizontal line here like this within this part, and then so the lintel so is made of reinforced concrete. So just make something like this. We have metal inside it. Okay, so we also do the same thing here like this. So we have metal. Okay, so we just make, okay, so and then so you can just put dots here. Okay, for the sand within the mixture. Okay, then for the door that we have within this wall, so how are we going to show that? So just come and within this space, so draw a line like this, draw a vertical line down, and then move away a bit and draw a vertical line, so here like this. Okay, so we have, so that's the door. So and then so we are going to make this line, so make this line a thick line down here, and then we also make this line a thick line down here, and here also we do the same thing. So making this line a thick line down, and then this line will make it a thick line down here. So we also show that this is what? This is a wall above the lintel, so we have to show it like this. Alright, so that is done. So we are now coming to this side. So what do we have on this side as the components here? The other things that we still need to show within this bit, but let's go and work on this. Okay, now here we have a door. Okay, we have a door here, so the door is here. Okay, so the cutting plane cut it, so it also has a lintel that we need to show. So I'll just transfer this. I'll transfer it here. Okay, I'm coming up here. I'll also transfer it. So I'll transfer it here. So like this. Okay, so this is for the lintel. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the other side. So we have this. Okay, so we have this now. So and then so just put dot here. Okay, all right. So then, so for the door, so all I have to do is to make two vertical lines within this space like this, and then here I also do the same thing like this. Okay, so this represents the door, and then I'm going to make this line a thick line from here to here, and this also a thick line from here to here, and then so I will draw this as a wall above the lintel. So this is it. All right, so we are moving on now. So here we now come here. So here we have a beam above the floor in the porch. Okay, so now let's go and look at the information about the beam. So here we have beam 225 by 225 reinforced concrete at 2,400 above floor level. Okay, so that is a condition that we need to put into consideration. So the beam is 2,400 above the floor level. So we are going to divide that 2,400 by 50. Okay, and that gives us 48. So this is, we have the beam within this. So we are going to take a measurement of 48 millimeters up. So this is 48 millimeters. Okay, 48 millimeters. So at this point we are going to draw a horizontal line at this point. Okay, then we now take a measurement of 5 millimeters up, because this is also in a square form. So we take 5 millimeters up. Don't forget that from here to here the thickness of this wall is 5, so we also take this as 5 so that we form a square. So then we draw this line here now. So we draw this line. Okay, so we are going to so it is also a reinforced concrete. Okay, so we have it like this. So this represents the metal or the reinforcement, so within the mixture, and then okay, so we have this. Okay, then I'm going to, we have a wall above this. Okay, all right, so then this space will be left like this. So we are not putting anything here, so be left like this. So it's not a wall, it's not a wall, just used to get what we have here. So that's what we have. So we are done with all the walls. Now let's look at the component that we are going to see on this surface. So if there is, so we do it. If there is none, so that means we are done with the work. But I don't think we are going to leave it like this. Okay, so within this room here, okay, within this room, okay, so within this dining and living room, if we cut this part, I will see this door and I will see this door. Okay, I will see this door, I will see this door. So take note of that. I will see this door and this door here. So we have to work on that. So we have to work on that. I will see this door and this door. So that is D2, D2. All right, so let's go and put the two doors. So D2, so 2,100 by 900. That is what was a flush door. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that we have already taken the measurement of the height of the door. We have already taken the measurement of the height of the door, so which is 42 millimeters. If we divide 2,100 by 50, that is 42 millimeters. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line here like this so that I can position the two doors. Alright, so to position the doors, so we have the width of the door to be 900. So 900 by 50 will give us 18. So let's look at it. So this door is very close to this wall. So let's take note of that, very close to this wall, okay, as we have it here. So what I'm going to do now is that, so I'll just come a little bit away from here. So I'm going to draw a vertical line down here like this, okay, we have this, okay. Then I'll move away a bit. So I will draw a vertical line for the, that is for the frame of the door. Then I will take a measurement of 18 millimeters away from here. From the first line, I will take 18 millimeters. So this is 18 millimeters here. So I'm going to draw a vertical line down here like this. So draw a vertical line down, then move away a little bit, okay. So draw a vertical line like this for the frame of the door. Then I'll come up here a bit, and then I will draw horizontal line. So this horizontal line, I'm going to make it a thick line at once. So from here to here, okay. So that is part of the frame. I'll come here. I'll also draw this line. So make it a thick line from here to here. So here I will come here, okay. So I'm going to make this line a thick line, okay, like this. Then this also I'll make it a thick line, and then coming here. So I'll make this a thick line, and then this line, I'll make it a thick line. So here we have the door in place here. So we have the door in place. So this is how, so we have the door in place. So it's a flush door. So it's a flush door, okay. So the surface will be plain as I have it here, okay. Surface will be plain. So all that I'm going to put here is to put something like this, so as a lock, okay. So we have this. All right, so this is the door. So we also have the same type of door around here. So around here, so that is the second door that we are going to see. So I'll just move away a bit from here. So I'm going to draw this line. So I'll make it a thick line at once like this, okay. Then moving away a bit. So I will draw this line, okay. I'll draw this line, okay. So draw the line like this, okay. And then I will now take a measurement of 18 millimeters. 18 millimeters from here, from the first line. So this is 18 millimeters here. So here I'm going to draw a vertical line. Draw a vertical line here like this. Okay, so move away a bit and draw a vertical line. That's for the frame. So we draw this line. Okay, so and then I'll come up here, and then I will draw a horizontal line here, and then so for this one I'll make it a thick line like this. Alright, so then so we have completed the door. So it's a flush door, so it will look plain. So we just put this there as a lock. Okay, so all the doors have been positioned. This is what we are going to, as I said, that we are going to see this door within the living room. This space is for the living room. Okay, so we are going to see this door, and we see this door. So which other thing can we see here? I'm looking at, there's a beam, there is a column here, this particular column. So we are going to see it within this porch, and then so it's going to have an edge here, and edge here. So what does that imply? It means that this line, I will still make it a thick line. I will still make this line a thick line because the beam is resting on the column. The beam is resting on this column. So I still need to make this line. I will still make it a thick line. So from here down, okay, so I make it a thick line. Even this one will be taken up to this level. Okay, just look at the porch or the veranda in your house, and then this also will be taken all down to this place. Okay, we have this. It's just that we are not going to put a sign here that this is a wall. So just leave it, because the curtain plane does not touch. This is a wall. It's a sectioned wall. It's a sectioned wall. That's why we put this symbol there. But for this one, it's just a plain wall. The curtain plane does not touch it. So looking at what we have done here, so we are done with the sectional view of this year 2025 November GCE building drawing question. It's as simple as I've done it here. All you have to do is to practice. When you practice this, you become a master at this work. Thank you. Keep on practicing, and God bless you.